It's really hard for me to say my own name. How do you say it?
It's Aubrey Plaza.
I am Aubrey Plaza. That is me, and I'm here to share some advice with Maisy Stella right here.
How do you know when you have a great connection with a co-star?
I don't know. Like, you kind of can feel when someone's like just open. I think also like when people are able to be vulnerable like right away, like I feel like that's always a good sign. You know, when you're about to do a movie or something with someone, it's like you're jumping off a cliff together. So
yeah,
I think like it's good to start it off by being like, I got your back,
right,
or something like that vibe.
Have you had that? Where you
what?
Don't have chemistry with, like, what do you do then?
If I've had what I don't have chemistry?
Yeah.
It's weird because sometimes you think you don't have chemistry with someone. Or sometimes it can be the opposite where you're like, ugh, I don't really like this person, or this person's like really kind of like, driving me crazy. And then you watch the movie and you're like, well, it really looks like they're in love with each other,
right,
or whatever it is. Even if there's something bothering me or like irking me or something, I try to like find one thing to like hang on to or focus on or something, because at the end of the day, you got to make it work.
How do you find like a rhythm when you're working with a big ensemble cast?
You know your little pocket or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a dance or something where everyone kind of knows where they fit in. And I think it's just about listening, because if you're just kind of like thinking about yourself and trying to get in there, I'm on fire. My body's like on fire. Why is this happening?
Is that a side effect, or do you think?
I honestly don't know if it's like, if I'm having like an allergic reaction or something to this chair. Is it just me?
Is this better, worse, same material?
I don't know. It's fine. I think it's just my old ass. It's like, maybe I should have worn underwear, but I never do. And then I get sorry. Always wear underwear.
Always wear underwears.
Because you think, I don't know, it'd be fun not to.
Yeah, what are your rules?
My rules for shooting?
Yeah.
Leave your phone in the trailer.
I like that.
I'm not like no one's allowed to have their phone, but just so you're like present.
Yeah.
And like you're just whatever, because you can get sucked into that phone. And then I would say little meals. It's all about, I feel like acting is like all about, you have to like have your body in this like weird like malleable state.
Yeah.
Never have to pee, when you're doing a scene. Like even if you a little bit are like, maybe I have to pee, just like
go pee.
Just get it all out. Just get whatever fluids out. Be like an empty vessel.
Okay, perfect.
So then the thing can, and if you don't wear underwear, it can come out faster.
Right.
So
that's a good tip. That's a good hack.
Don't ever wear underwear in life.
What won't most people tell me about this industry?
Like that nothing is real. I don't know. I think like the older I get and the more experience I have, the more I'm able to like step back and go, oh yeah, like you're up one day, you're down the next day, you're up. And I think when you're younger, it's like the highs are so high that you're like, well, once you get to a certain point, it's probably just like that all the time.
Yeah.
But it's just not. It's like you get to that point and then you start back from scratch, and you get to that point, you start. So I think it's never going to really feel that different inside.
Right.
Unless you're someone that like believes the hype or something,
right.
or believes the thing. And then those people tend to kind of get out of touch with reality, and then it gets weird.
So tell me a bit about your early days in New York. How did you get started? How did you feel when you were getting started?
Well, I was a comedian, and I was doing improv at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater.
Here?
In New York.
How old did you start?
I started right, when I was 18, I guess. Graduated from high school, came to New York to go to NYU for film, so I was a film student. But then I always wanted to be an actor. I got this acting teacher who like was teaching an acting class like in an abandoned Applebee's in Times Square, and I was paying her under the table. And true story. Daytime, I'll do what you're supposed to do, and at nighttime, I'm just gonna like do some weird stuff.
I love that.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec was like, I think your character in that is just so stupidly iconic.
Who's your spinning instructor, Gregory or Winona?
I go to Giannis. Who are Gregory and Winona? I've never heard of them before. Are they better?
Winona rocks my world.
But I recently watched Emily the Criminal. And I thought you were so brilliant in that.
Thanks.
Like so brilliant.
Clearly, you're a bit spoiled.
Spoiled?
Let me be frank with you. You don't belong here. Because you think everyone is out to get you. None of us are out to get you,
Jesus
especially
Christ.
me.
All right,
I'm trying to help you.
This was fantastic, Liz. Thanks very much.
Thank you. No more talking. Just leave. Thank you so
Hey,
much
if you
for
want to tell
coming
me what
in.
to do, put me on the payroll. How about that?
Emily the Criminal came out right after we filmed, right?
Oh yeah, it came out
came
that
out-
fall. It came out
yeah.
that fall, I think.
Yeah.
It was a really short shoot. It was 20 days.
Wow.
And I know. It was-
What?
Yeah, it was 20 days. 21 days technically. The last day we flew to Mexico and we did that like final sequence
Whoa.
in Mexico, but it was really quick. It was 20 days and it was crazy. Because we shot it like you can tell like when you watch it, it's like there wasn't a lot of like lighting setups. It was very like
No, it looks
it's
like
just
almost like
kind of-
documentary style.
Yeah,
like
it
it's
was
so
down and dirty
Yeah,
style.
I love it.
But yeah, it was the energy on that set was like kind of the energy of the movie. It felt like we were like pulling off a heist.
So cool.
You were a child actor, right?
Yeah.
Like how old were you when you started?
I started working on Nashville when I was 8.
That is insane. 8 years old.
Yeah.
And did you understand when you were 8 what was happening, or was it more just like this is just weirdly my life? But like, did you actually have perspective on like I'm on a television show and I'm like people are watching me, or?
I think I had a really weird thing with like I was so happy and excited to be there, like almost like too much so where like I never got used to it really.
You loved it.
I really did like love it so much, and then when it ended, it was so weird because I was like being 8 when you start, and then 14 when it finishes. It's just like such,
It was that long?
Yeah, I was 14 when it ended, and then I was like, what do I do?
I feel like there's like a thing with like child actors or like, you know, people that grew up like acting as a kids and like you don't have that quality or something. Like I still forget that you were like because you're so grounded.
I think it has a lot to do with being in Nashville too, filming in Nashville.
Yeah.
So it's so different. Like if I was filming in LA from the
Yeah.
time I was 8 to 14, it just would have been a different experience. Like filming in Nashville is like
Yeah.
so chilled. It was like the only show that filmed there. No one cared.
And you still live there.
Yeah, I still live there and I like love it so much.
I think my advice to you would be just say no. Just say no. Just say no unless you really, really want to do something. And then say yes. But everything else, I would say like, forget your brain, forget what other people say. Just say no. Just be like, next.
Okay. Yeah. Every time I talk to you, like working with you, I learn so much from you. I think I like you like accidentally teach me things. You're not even trying to.
That's great.
This is the first time you've ever like been prompted or told to like give actual
know, I
advice,
didn't
but I
even know
feel
I was
like
supposed to
you're very accidentally. You're like you know.
I'm an
It's like
accidental teacher.
teacher. Yeah.
Great. I'll take it.